Hey Marcus, how you doing? I'm going to do this one on a digital because as I'm recording this, I don't know if I might be absent or present, and I think it's easier to go ahead and have this available to you either way. So what we're looking at today is this incredible shrinking notes. We're trying to make claims and then narrow them down so that we can focus on just the claim. Why do we want to do that? So that when we're looking for evidence and supporting our claim and evidence with reasoning, that we have just a claim and not like 4 claims or not like a crazy claim in that claim portion. So that's the why. Now I'm going to get to go ahead and I'm going to do one example one. There's 2 on here. I'll do the one on the front. You'll do the one on the back on your own. That's what this is going to look like. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so taking a look at this, reading the directions, today you're going to make a series of claims and then narrow your claim down to the simplest parts. This will help you work on how to research evidence related only to the claim and not add more claims in place of evidence. Use the graphic organizer to guide you, make a claim in response to each of the questions below, and then reduce your claim to just the main ideas using the graphic organizers. Prompt number 1, it's been said that Chicago is the greatest city in the world. Make an argument that agrees with this statement or disagrees with this statement. So we're going to go ahead and start with just the basics, making sure it's a complete sentence. Chicago is the greatest city in the world because it has great parks, museums, food, sports facilities, and other things to do. Okay, as we want to narrow that argument, we're going to look at the fact that we had a lot going on in there, right? First of all, other things to do, that's vague. We know we can take that out. Really, we want to have some sort of because, but if we're looking to just do CER, and that we've largely been told that they should be 5 sentences, that means we're probably looking for 2 evidence. Okay, so let's narrow this down. Let's go ahead and select 2 of these that are going to be applicable. Now we're going to narrow our argument. We're going to rewrite it. Chicago. I'm going to go ahead and narrow. We're going to say based on simply the parks and museums. So I'm going to rewrite that and then rejoin you. Okay, so from there we got Chicago is the greatest city in the world because it has great parks and museums. And then we want to go ahead and try to narrow that once more. We've got it pretty narrow at this point, but here's what we can do at this point. We want to go ahead and give help us along to that evidence, that reasoning that we're looking for. This is just opinions right now. We want to go ahead and say these are places that people visit, that are visited, right? So I will rejoin you in a moment with our final argument claim. Okay, so for this last part, as we actually narrow our argument once more, we went simply to Chicago's parks and museums are popular daily with residents and visitors. This way we can focus our evidence, focus our reasoning on, specifically the parks and museums, and then our reasoning can explain how the great parks and museums and the people visiting them makes Chicago the greatest city in the world. We don't have to have that whole part all the way in there. So there's your complete part. You should write that down, and then on the back, you're going to be taking a look at it on your own, trying to compare the 96-97 Bulls and the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors, trying to decide who's actually going to be the best team based on their records there. Best of luck.